Ooh. Ooh. What's happening, Crystal?
What's happening, Crystal?
Brain.
I actually have stories for once.
Yeah, I'd love to hear.
I wrote down notes because I was like, I am always coming off the cuff, and you know what? Sometimes the cuff is there for a reason, and sometimes it's cuffing season.
Work. Oh, honey, I'm on board.
I hate to rhyme here on the podcast, but I did.
You should never. You should gleefully delight.
You're
for
right.
legal reasons, you must not enjoy it.
I must not enjoy it. That said, I did it. Hold on. Where am I now?
Hey, no smiling. Legally, you can't be smiling for more than 10 seconds. Otherwise, like, we lose funding.
I'm also apparently not supposed to look at the camera, because if I look at the camera, we get comments about it's creepy when Eric looks me in the eye. And I'm like, then look away. It's not my fault I'm winning the staring contest.
Right. Although, I don't know about you. For me, because I can see myself, I'm always like, huh. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm looking at myself too much. Look at the camera.
Right. Give them these eyes.
Otherwise, I'm like, hello. Like, you and I are talking.
Hello.
Like, hello, side profile. My name is Justin Title.
I don't know if you've heard of him.
His client, Deborah and
Lisa Ann White Whitmer Wagman. I'm not going to stop talking about that.
You should.
They can take other things from us. They're never taking that from my cold, dead hands. Yeah.
Take Telesto.
That's what that is. That's what that is.
That was some real raw shit you just put out there.
The other day, I went to go to the bathroom. It's a little thing I do, maybe like twice a week. So I moseyed on into the bathroom, and I had to.
You go to the bathroom twice a week.
Just twice a week.
I do this cute little thing sometimes where I go use the restroom.
Well, I've been taking fiber. I'm more regular, so we're up to twice a week. So
I take blockers.
I have to. Never mind. So, go ahead.
Well, there's a mobile situation kind of going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chevron with Techron.
I don't often park.
Okay.
And refuel.
Yep.
It's more of an on-the-go thing.
I get that.
Just roll it out the pant leg, kind of.
I get that.
You know.
You're saving time. It's a time save.
Yeah. Glod.
APM.
I gotta glod this intersection, I guess.
I went to go to the bathroom, and I had to do a little pee-pee. So, I grabbed the seat of the toilet, and I lifted it such that I could pee-pee
into the toilet
without getting piss all over the seat. And when I lifted that toilet seat, do you know what was on the bottom of that toilet seat?
A lot of piss.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
Uh-huh.
I save it for later.
Yeah, well, it's the tasty treat that they leave behind. The tasty treat beneath the seat.
Well, when my blood sugar dips in the middle of the night, I crawl on hands and knees over to my toilet, and I just
My blood sugar was high when I pissed that. I like to piss at the beginning of the week, leave it underneath the toilet seat.
I save it for later when I need it in the middle of the night.
So nasty.
Wake up, pounding headache. Just got to get to the toilet seat.
It's the hair of the dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's the piss of the rim.
It's puke.
Or the salt of the rim.
There you go.
At the top of the tank.
So I lived in the toilet seat. There was a smattering of piss because life is for the living.
Do you check it though? Like regularly? Like to clean it down at all? No?
No.
If you're not a double lifter for the piss.
Right.
Because I don't piss with the big ring down.
Right.
Because that's dangerous.
Uh-huh.
But like I'll do that, and if I see that like I got piss, I'll just take like a piece of toilet paper. Because like if you do it, it's the daily maintenance.
Yeah.
Boys.
Which I don't do daily.
Yeah. Well, you're only in there twice a week.
Well, twice a week.
So
I mean,
it makes sense. There's a build up.
I'm building up a patina down there.
Mm-hmm.
The people pay extra for that. There was a spider.
Did you pay extra for that? There's spider.
There's a spider of considerable size.
Quite a good heft. Beneath
the seat of the toilet, hanging onto the bottom of the toilet. Yeah. That.
This part.
That part.
This part. I'm in it.
These parts.
I got it. I got the call.
You're there.
I have the part.
I got on the horn and I heard you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I found you.
Hey, we circled back and we're synergizing right now.
I understand that.
I think that we took a beat. Yeah. Circle back and I'm
You're right there with me.
Yep, we're marching to the same beat.
Yeah, that was concerning. That was big for Jessica. Mm-hmm. There was a spider under my toilet
That
seat.
would actually be... Jessica probably would think it was a big spider.
Well, and it was.
Mm-hmm. But she's also kind of small.
She's small, so the spider is larger in comparison.
Yeah.
But so like spider under the toilet seat. Thoughts?
Ooh. Does he have a delightful collection of wares that he will trade me via like tenuous allyship?
So he's 6'4".
Oh.
He's got honey brown eyes.
How many red flags does he have?
Well, it's hard to tell behind all the legs.
A word?
He's a spider.
Man, do you ever want to spread the legs and put them behind the head? Fucking arachnid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got legs for everything.
They got legs. You want to marry a shoot? You can marry a shoot.
He got legs, don't he? Yeah, so that was concerning. I was like, oh, I'm glad that I didn't sit down to take a piss.
Yeah, that would have been a terrifying time.
Yeah.
I do worry about that.
Yeah, of the many fears that live in my head and scream from the depths of my mind at all times, no matter how much I try to quiet them, that was not one that I'd ever heard whispering in the darkness before. But it's there now.
Yeah, I could imagine.
So now it's like, even if it's just like, sitting on that toilet time, I'm still going to lift that seat and check, because there could be a speeder.
I mean, it's the safety.
Probably for like 2 weeks, and then I'll forget.
Every once in a while, you'll do it.
Yeah.
It'll be like a once in a while. Because it's like once in a while you go to the bathroom. And so when you're going to the bathroom once in a while, I got you.
It's a 100-year wave.
It's a 100-year wave. That's the dash.
That's that.
Yeah. Well, I very similarly, it's why I check my my slides. I always I grab my slides and I'll hit them once because I'm like, on the off chance there's a scorpion.
There could be a scorpion in it.
You never know.
You always got to shake them.
Or
I found a watch that way.
Work. I almost thought you missaid wasp.
No, a watch.
A watch. Oh, wow.
I'd put a watch in my shoe and forgot about it. Found it.
Hey, that works. I mean, there must have been a reason.
It was because the shoes were downstairs. I took the shoes off. I had the watch. I took the watch off. And I was like, oh, if we're going upstairs, we'll batch tasks. I'll put the watch in the shoe.
Literally perfect.
Yeah. Except then brain turned off at some point and I put shoe on shelf.
Well, because you put
when
you put the watch in it, you didn't put the watch where the heel is. You put it in there.
Oh, I put it in there and then it slid.
It slid.
It slid.
It was on an incline.
You understand?
The arch of the foot.
That part.
When you slide down the arch of the foot, the under arch.
Right.
You have to pass the nadir.
Well, it was a platform pump, so I set it on the heel and it slid to the front.
Kitten slide.
How could it not?
Of course.
You understand? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a good. That was a good. 15 love.
Listen, sometimes they're winners.
I saw a license plate that said tennis.
Okay.
And I thought, I wonder if they watch women's tennis.
It could be.
With a little from the dredges of the archives there. But I've been thinking about that recently, the women's tennis comment. I don't know why. I just keep remembering it, which is a good time.
There's no need to forget it.
Set it and remember it. Or you'll die.
Yeah.
Me with everything.
It's shake and bake, and I helped.
Me? Me, for real. Hey, guys, guess who helped grab the box from the cupboard? Me.
You just doing the TikTok poke dance thing that they do? The little messages. It's shake and bake, and I helped.
And then doing diddle-do-do-diddle-do.
There's no room to dab. There we go. That's better.
Dab. I felt very similarly with scorpions in my old apartment. Because Tyler, one time the one in the sink fucked me up.
Yep.
But other than that, I will say at my house, knock on wood, no scorpions.
Yeah.
Tiny little bugs. But I'm like, you smash them. Or Zuki fucks with them.
I had a couple when I first moved in. Got a bug guy. Doing the job.
Yeah.
Didn't kill the fucking spider on my toilet seat, but got rid of the squirrel on my ass.
I mean, it's kind of nice to know that your bug guy isn't going and looking under your toilet seat, though.
Well, not without paying first.
Yeah. Well, would it have freaked you out if it was a dead spider? He's like, don't worry, I got you. I protect everything closest to you. And did you spray my toilet seat and you didn't wipe it?
I mean, if he sprayed the underside, though, that's okay.
Maybe
Maybe don't spray the top.
Because
if I happen to sit on it, with one of my open sores.
The line between
Famously.
skin and hazardous chemicals is so very thin.
My epidermis is so very thin.
Oh my god, I love her. I love her. She might take a witch. You fucking got me dead with that gift.
I remember it hit when I laid down. Hongshu, me. I laid down to go to bed.
Had heavy
Last night at like midnight after we were done playing, and I was like,
I wasn't done playing, but it was it was decided that the game was over.
well, among other things, some people have like conventional jobs the next morning.
That's okay, but so we had time for 5 turns of flogging, but we don't have time for combat because I don't want to play in combat. I loved all the combat I got to be in.
Maybe we could just start a little earlier.
Yeah, we totally could.
Yeah,
we probably should. Well, Josh works out at 7 because he like gets home at like 6:30. So it's kind of we're kind of working around Josh's schedule a little bit.
Okay.
Like, I would not mind playing earlier, but it's also like we could play with just 3 of us. But then it's that like I would never be mad if you guys started before I got in there because it's like, well, yeah, just
Are you sure you'd never be mad?
Yeah.
What if we did that and then did combat, and then as soon as you signed in, we refused to do combat for the rest of the play session?
Well, I would bitch. Like, of course. But, like, that would have been what you were wanting to have happen. You wanted...
I wouldn't have done that without the expectation.
Well, of course. Look. Life is a stage and a play. And I have been cast in the role, and I will act it to the best of my ability. But, like, I wouldn't actually be mad.
I'm the guy on the sideline who's waiting with a saber, ready to cut the rope so that the sandbag falls on someone's head. That's me.
And you're like, that, like, I could kill somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
And it's a gift that I don't.
Oh. You consider your self-control a gift to others.
Well, the gift of life.
Damn, okay. Just beat ass. Just
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be too upset. Maybe a little bit. I would be because I'm a melee fighter. And in particular, it's only the one fight that got me sad, which was just because we
did not get to fight.
I was alive for so much of the fight.
Yes.
Never on my turn.
Hanging by a thread.
Just hearing the like Spirit and Josh's voice just like start to crumple and die, where he's like, "Come on, guys, we gotta get Steve up." I'm like,
"We gotta thin the herd." I'm like,
Josh, I thought I was coming down to help, and then they took me from full health to 0 before I got a turn.
They took my fucking eyes.
Yeah. Josh, they took my fucking eyes.
They took my fucking eyes. They kept blinding me.
Crota? Or
6 of us.
Sorry, Aristophanes.
6 of us. We're down into the pit.
I want Seraphim's song back.
Ayat. I didn't finish what I was saying.
Same.
We finished playing.
Brain. Oh yeah.
Sleepy. I was like twilighting out, like like I'm in the midst of succumbing to the sweet release of sleep. And then all of a sudden, like a lightning bolt, my brain went, "You have to make the GIF of the Ayat girl," and I was like, "I'm not gonna get out of bed and do that right now." So I tried very briefly to do it on my phone. I went, "We're just gonna leave this tab open as a reminder, and we're gonna go back to CP." And I did that. And then I woke up and I made it and I sent it to you.
I'm so proud of you for that. Genuinely.
Listen, growth. It's not just for penises.
You're right. Do you want to know something funny? I went on a very similar journey today.
Okay.
Because I wanted to make a meme, but then I didn't want to like turn on my computer, wait for like I have not transitioned to the desktop today. So it's like, oh, well, since I haven't yet, I was like, I'll just wait until after we're done recording. Then I'll go home and like play on my computer, whatever. I got to edit book club shit. Words. Oh, sorry, my brain just, the wall distracts me. The blankness of the wall.
There's so much to imagine.
Canvas. Yeah, like how much of this wall I got to fill?
Making a meme.
Making a meme. That's what it was. I had this idea for a meme, and then I did not have the ability to create the meme. I did Google it, and the meme has not been made from what I've seen. Okay. So I decided to draw it and then send it to the person, saying like, "This is the meme, but like it ain't that great." And
patent pending meme.
So it's Barry Benson.
Okay.
Where he's like, "You like jazz?"
Yeah.
But like, I wanted him wearing like a cross.
Okay.
And it's like, you like Christ? So like,
oh yeah.
like it's not, yeah, you get it. It's
I understand.
Like, this is the storyboard.
Yeah.
It's a DreamWorks Forgotten DLC.
Yeah.
A deleted scene. There it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a good one. Just you
That's
like
good.
Christ?
You like Christ?
Is that good? Why did Jesus wash Mary Magdalene's feet?
She didn't.
No.
And he didn't. She washed his.
Oh. Oh, well then that changes. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a whole bit about.
Sorry to kill the bit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you guys don't get the Jesus piss play bit, so.
Oh.
Because I fucked up that very important thing. But she was also a prostitute. Did he pay her to wash his feet?
No, she did it as like a sign of respect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Damn it. Because I was like, why was he washing her feet? What did he do before that?
Right.
Like, why did
Peed
he...
on him.
Yeah, that was it. Jesus Christ, piss boy, yeah.
Well, you
like,
could just flip it.
Yeah.
Just Jesus likes getting pissed on.
Oh, yeah. That's very possible. Oh, yeah.
So
oh,
maybe she
could
was
have
the one
pissed
who
on the
peed.
feet, and then out of respect, like, didn't charge him for it.
Right. And then she cleaned it. Although she
Yeah.
also washed his feet with her hair.
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to the
Hell Yeah podcast.
Not allowed in churches. I don't know if that's true.
I don't think they'd like us.
Well, I don't like them.
Yeah, so it works.
Yes. Like fucking.
I don't want to be liked by them.
I don't want to be like.
I don't want to be liked.
I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous.
I want to be infamous.
I want infamy.
Infamous.
Oh, a small smidge of infamy for the table.
I know you'll have infamy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The Wonder game looks good.
I don't know what that is.
Super Mario Wonder.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many new enemies.
I did not watch the gameplay.
There's 70 enemies in this game. 70?
They didn't need to tell
In a
us that.
side scroller? 70?
Yeah, but they're calling all those variations count.
Yeah, but it's too many. I'm still going to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't finish it, but I'll enjoy it. But I won't finish it.
We'd have to, like, beat it in a day.
Yeah. I pre-ordered it. I'm not going to finish it. I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you that right this second.
I'm not a big fan of the elephant.
I don't like it either. It feels very out of left field. And it looks silly.
It feels like, I think it's cool that you could use the trunk for the water. Like, I can understand that the accessibility options. I'm like,
The utility
why can't you add flood?
of an elephant.
Why don't you throw in flood?
But Flood's never been a side scroller.
Yeah, I don't care. So what? Neither have elephants.
They never put any references in the side scroller.
No, they don't. They just re-released the same game with like a new
New Super
description.
Mario Bros. Wii for the Wii U Deluxe. For
Year
the
of the
Switch.
Luigi edition. You know,
Yeah.
and I don't like it.
Did you know that Super Luigi Brothers is the only Mario game that I know of
Really?
where
Oh.
the clock actually ticks down at 1 second per like thingy?
Mhm.
Because normally Mario clocks are not.
Mhm.
They're not seconds.
Yeah, it's like the flag.
Yeah, it's something else.
It's the bus rule.
It's something worse.
What is it? It's fast time. I don't like fast time.
Yeah, at Ridgemont High, it's not a good movie.
No, it's fine. Yeah, actually, no. It is kind of over. It has not aged.
It did
as
not
well.
age well. I also didn't like it even back in the age when it may have been better. But that's a personal taste.
There's the one actor I don't like. You know what? I just started to notice that when I look at certain actors or certain like Martin Sheen, right? He's the older.
Is he in that movie?
No, sorry, he's not in that movie, but that actor. I watched Only Murders in the Building recently.
Oh.
Which is Martin Short. That's what I'm thinking of. Not Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Martin Short and who was the Steve Martin? Is that Steve?
Isn't Steve Martin dead?
No. Old white guy, comedy guy.
Oh, I know he's still alive. Who am I thinking of? Thinking of
Me, I'm alive.
Leslie.
Oh, Steve. Oh, Leslie Jones.
No.
She's alive.
No.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not them.
Yeah.
Anyway, Martin Short.
Uh-huh.
You know who I'm talking
He's
about.
the Hobbit, right?
Oh, maybe he is. Let me look up who this fucking guy is.
I could be wrong.
No, it's fine. I'm trying
Isn't he Bilbo?
Yes, I think is that Martin Short? No, that's not Martin Short.
Oh.
I was right. I am talking about Martin Short. You are not. That's not a bad thing. This is Martin Short.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I don't remember who Bilbo is. Bilbo actor. It is Martin Freeman.
Oh.
There it is.
Martin's.
What I don't like about Martin Short is that he reminds me of my mother's husband.
Okay.
And like once I see it like in like there's that
movement.
There's something about older white men that just have decided to upset me more recently, and I'm just like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of judging the old white guys on the way they look. I'm trying it out.
It's your prerogative.
Feels doesn't even feel hypocritical, honestly.
No.
Nope, because then they do it anyway. Damn. I didn't have a good through line on that. I'm trying to think. I didn't actually write down anything this week, and you did, and you have thrown me off now.
Sorry.
No, you shouldn't be.
Should I give you another anecdote? Maybe I'll throw you back in.
Maybe, yeah. DJ, hit that pawn to replay.
So,
I thought of something, and then I was like, wait, you can't, like, the bit can't just be you going, Disturbia. it's like, that's where my brain went up. So I just... Eris, honey, we have tithe.
we have to wake up. We have tithe.
Eris, we need help to the throne world. We woke up late. We missed the portal.
Yeah. I decided when I was a child. Now, I decided that a way that I could improve my life, because sometimes when you get bored, you're just like, what's something that I could do in my life that's different? Just 'cause. I was like, there was a time in my life many moons ago when...
You were younger then.
Yeah. When I'd get home from work, I'd immediately go work out. And then I would go and I would have a really cold shower. And then I would make dinner. And then I would putz on YouTube for like an hour and then go to sleep and then do it all over again. And life felt meaningless. But the cold showers were kind of fun. And they felt like a relief because I did them after working out. So it was like, oh, hot, nasty, cold water. How clean. How fresh and so clean.
Yeah.
How delightful.
Irish Spring.
Yeah. Wakes you right up. So I was like, okay, yeah. Maybe I could start doing cold showers again. What I've discovered is I can do a cold shower just fine. But it can't start cold.
Correct.
It needs to start at least tepid. Doesn't have to be hot, but it needs to start lukewarm. And then once I'm fully wet, then I can make it cold.
Yeah.
And then the other way that I then like stay alive while I'm fighting for my life in the shower in this cold rain.
Are you replacing a normal shower with a cold shower in this case? Okay. So you're not making it like something where it's only after working out you're doing it. You're like, I'm just gonna give it a try.
Yeah. If it's shower time, it's cold shower time.
Interesting.
And
I've been showering with the nightlight on.
Okay.
For like just for vibes sometimes because it's like.
I change the color in the bathroom sometimes for the shower because I got like the lights that can change color. I'm like, it's blue time.
Oh hell yeah!
It's blue time for shower because blue water, shower water.
Sometimes you want to just put on some like song where she's singing about something.
Oh yeah,
like something soulful or
blue
whatever.
Jeans. My pussy tastes like Pepsi Cola.
I was thinking like, like the scratch my key into the side of his car.
Oh okay, yeah.
But then like in the blue, or that's where you turn on the red.
That's when you turn on the red.
And you're like, I'm ready to kill. In my cold shower.
So Funny you should talk about music, though. I have found that when, like, the water's that cold and it's like, oh, I think I'm dying, the way you fix it, you dance.
Yeah.
So I'm dancing in a cold shower to music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's wild.
Interesting. And so, like, what effects have you noticed on your, like, mood, energy, and whatnot? So, like, how long have you been doing that?
About 3 days.
Okay, so it's a small sample size, but like, have you noticed? Because
It
you're
feels
still probably
good.
writing the fun of it too.
It feels very refreshing because, like, usually after a shower, I feel sleepy because, like, warm water, and I've been, gently washed in warmth and good smells, and that makes me, as the children might say, eepy.
Yeah, I get a little EP. EP is when I'm tired, but like I have this compulsive need to respond when when people message me.
Right.
So it's like, Odie, you're not even typing words. I'm like, EP.
Eepy.
Like,
I'm putting out my EP.
and then I hit enter, and then the phone hits me in the head. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd hit myself in the head with
You
that.
really went there.
I didn't even feel it.
Oh. I've never felt pain.
I haven't, not today.
Yeah. But I'm just like in the morning dancing in a cold shower. Also, like, I slap myself sometimes
Yeah?
because, like, it keeps you warm and keeps you moving.
Oh,
It's fun. Not like in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, when you're wet, it makes a really fun noise.
You just
So you just, like, just like playing some beats on your body.
beats
It's a
on
good
the
time.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a good time.
I love a little.
I'm just bopping in the shower.
I love slapping in the shower.
Cold shower slaps.
you-
And cold showers.
Do you
Slap.
do you pee in the shower at all?
I usually try to pee beforehand, but, like, if the urge strikes in the shower, I'll piss. I don't care.
Now, do you just free flow it, or do you like piss down the drain?
No, I pissed down the drain. I'm not a monster. I mean, unless there's a partner in the shower, and then,
There we go.
Yeah,
For the play.
of course.
My boy JC. Not naming names. No doxing.
Who's JC?
Piss boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
For religious reasons, that's a joke.
But yeah,
That's really smart.
cold showers, bopping, just dancing, having a good time.
And so,
Listening to Little Lies, the 2002 remaster by Fleetwood Mac. Just having a good time.
you ever just listen to rumors and sit in the shower?
Oh my God. If I had $1,
How many?
I might buy the album.
Oh, work. On discount.
Well,
I myself do I'll typically take like a warm to lukewarmish shower. Probably makes it a little too hot at first. And then like it's shampoo.
Yep.
Rinse it out.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the warm water is opening up my pores, which is not true, but I
it
think
feels that way.
I believe it to be true.
And that makes your pores open.
Yes. It's that like I know that it doesn't work, but it makes me feel good.
That's all that
thinking it
matters.
works. Exactly. Accommodate yourself. It's free. You just have to try it. And so that's what I end up doing is like do that, then immediately put conditioner in my hair because you should leave conditioner in your hair.
Yes, you should.
Which when I
That
found
makes
that
it
out,
most
blew
effective.
blew my mind.
Yeah.
Do that, then do like whatever shaving shit I need to do. Throw in the body wash that with the
Scrub-a-dub-dub.
scrub dub. Then crank that shit to like cold. So you start factoring in the cold. So it's like, ooh, okay, let's go. You can be strong, and you don't want to do it too quick because then you go.
Right. You gotta eat.
You do the body version of the, but it's that whoa.
Wow.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah. That's it.
Wow.
It's a good vibe. And then I also
That was the best Toad voice, and they got rid of that voice.
And what did we get instead? Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I rest my case.
That part. I mean, the Toad actor did quite well, though.
Yeah,
Who was that?
Michael Key.
Oh, yeah.
Which actually, even for Seth
good.
Rogen as Donkey Kong, he wasn't bad.
He did good.
Yeah.
It was-
I liked that movie.
Seth Rogen did what Seth Rogen did to voice acting what Tom Hanks does to real acting, which is, oh, that's Seth Rogen, but yeah, okay, it's Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's absolutely Tom Hanks being Tom Hanks, but sure, it's Walt Disney.
Like, it's just, like, that's just Tom Hanks. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah. But that's okay.
Would you say that, like, Tom Hanks is being Tom Hanks? Is that on the same level as, like, Will Smith being Will Smith?
I haven't seen Will Smith in stuff recently enough to weigh in. Although I loved iRobot as a kid. And he was Will Smith in that movie.
I do like I Am Legend. I was thinking more like Hancock in particular because I liked Hancock a lot and I wish they did more with it. I thought it was a cool concept. But then like it does feel like Will Smith plays Will Smith in every movie.
Yeah.
Sometimes, which is like it's a bit of typecasting. Same thing with like Chris Pratt a little bit. But like that's fine. Michelle Rodriguez as well. As my, like when I think female action star, I'm like, that's her.
Well, Chris Pratt's also a good example of like feels like he didn't start out that way, but now he's ended up there. Because like I would say like him in Parks and Rec, he's like quite different from like his now every movie he's the same guy.
Yeah, he went from Duddy to Daddy.
Yeah, and I think Tom Hanks is the same way. I think he showed like a much like broader, like kind of acting personification in his like earlier work. And then like I'm not going to say resting on his laurels because I don't think he is, but like I feel like as time has gone on he's just sort of like calcified into Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And so now it's just sort of like, oh, it's Tom Hanks with a mustache now. Cool work. Love that.
He does have a good synergy though with like Leonardo DiCaprio, like in Catch Me If You Can, right? Because
is he in that?
I don't know.
I only watched that once when I was younger because Brandon made me watch it because he was like, it's a good movie, and I was like, And then later, years later, and that was like 5th grade, to be clear. Fifth grade, he made me watch Catch Me If You Can. He was like, this is a good movie. We got to watch this. And I was like, I kind of just wanted to play Halo because you have an Xbox and I'm not allowed to own video games yet. But okay, sure, let's play Catch Me If You Can. We'll watch it, not play it.
Which is like a weird movie to watch in 5th grade in lieu of Halo.
And to love.
Yeah, well, like, like I enjoy watching that movie. I don't necessarily think it's a great movie, but like it's very fun in the like he's pulling off. He's it's the grift. Yeah. It's very fun to like when is the other shoe gonna drop? And it's like this is fucked up.
Yeah. So that happened in 5th grade. Come to find out, years and years later, he made Taylor go through a similar situation where he was like, Taylor, you have to watch this. It's a good movie. And so then years after that, at one point, Taylor offhandedly mentioned that she's like, oh, like that time you made me watch Catch Me If You Can. And I was like, he made you do that too? My sister in Christ? Because he does that. He makes people watch that movie. That's what he does.
The first time I watched that movie was because Brandon said there was this good movie we should watch.
He is the one-man tourism like board for Catch Me If You Can.
It's that time at Streets of New York all over again for me. It's this, we've all been getting scammed by Brandon. And he doesn't think he's scamming.
No, he thinks he's enriching us. He says it's time for enrichment in their enclosure. I'm going to give them Catch Me If We Can. Catch me if you can.
Don't catch me if you can't.
Catch these hands if you can't. I've dropped them. Please catch them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. I couldn't imagine.
Okay, but like, so why in Super Mario
3D World?
The canon of Super Mario, they all turn into cats, and we're like, this not only makes perfect sense, this is everything we have ever needed, and it's correct.
I'm glad you brought this back up. I was just thinking, I hope you talk about the cats because the cat suit was peak.
Yes, and like unilaterally, we're all like, A, yes, that makes sense, and B, this is everything. This is right. Mm-hmm. This is good. And then they went for elephant. And it's not right. You know what it is? You know what part of it is? It's not a suit. It's not a suit.
It's not a suit.
He turns into an elephant wearing clothing.
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I think that's the problem for me.
That is part of it.
It's like, I don't think it's bad necessarily, but to like have it come out of an item like that, it should be a quirk of the Power Star almost. Like make it its own thing. Because like the bell made a lot of sense. It's the cat. And the cats were really fun because like the traversal part.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it was 3D world, so
Yeah.
it's not side scroller. Like cats would not be really fun to use.
They put them in Super Mario Maker 2. You
'Cause
could make
you could do,
maps
like, the
that had
dash.
it.
Yeah, but like you can't really do the 3D aspect. But
Yeah. It should have been an elephant suit. Maybe I wouldn't have been so upset. Well, I wasn't upset. I was just like, that doesn't feel right. And now I think I know why.
it feels like a little extra animated. It's like when you look at. I can't say it. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about though. Yeah,
I do know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
We've been
I know.
told.
I know. I just. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's a tear that's coming. Like I can feel it. It's
I
welling.
understand it.
It's welling.
I understand that.
Now I'm just upset. I'm upset because I want to. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Here's the keys.
Shut up and drive.
A little bit, yeah. Will you be my hub? No cab.
What?
My hubcap?
Oh.
Yeah, well, like hubby.
My brain went to Grubhub.
Work.
Even though I've never used Grubhub.
Well, because you think of me as a worm.
I think if you was a nasty little mud grub.
I belong to the dirt.
You're a dirty little blood pervert. Like like last night.
That was good.
I love that that's an option.
That was so...
A dialogue option where you're like, I'm a disgusting blood pervert. I'm like, you better work.
The amount of times that I forget that this is a D&D game.
Right.
Because to me, it should be serious like Divinity was.
Right.
So every time there's something silly,
Something
it almost
ridiculous.
like feels wrong. And it's like, I'm like, damn, Jordan's over here having the goddamn blast of his life. Literally and figuratively.
Yes.
Which, honestly, work.
T.
Jordan, been doing great. When he pushed that guy off the cliff,
I love that.
that was hot.
Love to see it.
Josh, also doing amazing.
Love to see it.
I bought all those weapons, and then they
You
were all
did.
great swords.
You did.
I didn't think about that.
You did buy all those weapons.
But I don't know. I want to try this stuff out.
I'm still wrestling with the fact that I kind of wanted to fuck that goblin trader.
Oh, yeah?
Because, like, that hair was it.
Oh, yeah. There's...
I was like, unless...
There was the one goblin chick that I was talking to that, like, it was like, oh, this could be, like, a little something. And then, like, it didn't go there. And I'm like, man.
Her loss.
Exactly. I mean, melt that.
Yeah.
Goblin has.
Yeah.
With the metal core shit.
With your hot pocket.
Mm-hmm. Frozen in the middle. Yeah. Yeah. It's just it's weird because like a lot of people have been like asking me about it, like, you know, oh, have you been playing? And like I play when we play.
Yes.
Where we're playing as the origin characters so that we get those kind of moments.
Yeah.
The problem is that you never get to hear your character talk.
Mm-hmm.
So like I gotta tell you personally, I hate it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look at Karlak. I wanted to hear and look at her.
Yeah.
You know, kind of vibe. And so every once in a while, you'll get like a pre-rent, like, you know, one of those cutscenes where it's like a story thing. You'll get to talk, but not often.
Yeah. I wish they had, you know, shilled out to actually have like all of those lines voiced. Because that would have been nice.
Yeah. They made it like their game was pretty good. So like I think they can afford to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they'll add it in.
Maybe. That would be nice.
There was a game a long time ago.
We'll try for a while.
Called Star Trek Elite Force. It was one of the only good Star Trek video games that's ever been made.
Mm-hmm.
And it was with the Voyager crew. And they were able to get all of the voice actors except Jerry Ryan, who famously plays Seven of Nine, Borg Mommy. And the voice actress who they got to attempt to do her voice...
It wasn't a Nolan North.
It wasn't.
You could tell.
And I wish that actress nothing but the best. But, ooh, boy, howdy, did she not stick the landing. So then the game was so successful and there was such public outcry that they then later got Jerry Ryan to record all the lines, even though she hadn't been available at the time of the game's creation.
Oh, it was a scheduling conflict sort of thing? Interesting.
And then they pushed it out as a free update to everyone. Very Dinklebot energy.
Work.
T.
Part of me's like they just overwrote the previous voice.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like the previous voice actor, she got paid.
She got paid.
That does kind of.
It's not royalties.
No, but
you can play it either way.
Oh, it's like an option.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, if, in that case, like that's the best of both worlds because there's probably new people who like maybe didn't know.
Yeah, the update was I misspoke. The update was made available.
Got it.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a.
So it wasn't actually a Dinklebot situation because you can't have Dinklebot back.
No, and you shouldn't.
Yeah, that wizard came from the moon.
That felt like I remember watching some of those clips when you guys were telling me about it because like I've only ever heard Nolan North, so it was very peculiar.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, Dinklebot, like everyone was like, he's so flat. And I was like, yeah. But now Ghost is flat too. Like Nolan North.
Oh, my personal theory, I don't think it's on Nolan. I think that they lean way too hard on him and it's I think he's tired.
A lot of it has to come down to like direction, you know? Because it's like he clearly has the range. Obviously, he's a fantastic voice actor. So it's like if he's not giving like levels, then that's like a direction issue. Someone's not saying like, hey, let's do it, you know, like can we get it more like blah 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 blah, you know, like whatever. Like that's what a director's for. So it's not his fault.
Yeah,
not really.
Well, you know, like I can't wait for, you know, the final shape part 1 to come out. You know, I'd rather just wait and then get the final shape.
It's got the word final in it.
Yeah. I'd like for it to just be
final.
I understand that there's going to be more Destiny afterwards. Everybody knows this.
After the Light and Dark saga.
Well, and now we've got to switch to Marathon. What is the Marathon?
Originally, it was just an FPS. Now it's going to be, I think, an extraction shooter? I know that that's a game. That's a type of game. That Tarkov is an extraction shooter.
Oh, okay. Where maybe like you have to like fight and like you have to like defend and get out. I don't know.
I don't know, because like extraction to me, like the word makes sense when I think, oh, it is an extraction shooter. Okay, so it's like mission based and you're trying to like get people out. But like I don't see how that's an entire game type, a la, you know, like like.
Search and rescue.
It's posited that it's like, you know, like there's like battle royales, arena shooters, extraction shooters.
It feels like a playlist.
Yeah, I'm
not
a game type, not a game archetype. I'm like
to have a whole game like that.
It'd be like you make a game that's just capture the flag in Halo.
Yeah,
it feels very specific, which doesn't mean it would be bad. But
because you can do that kind of thing like what came to mind was like Assassin's Creed, like the early ones at the very least, where it's very like you're doing specific targets, you know, like there's not a lot of variation in what you're doing, but like that's just it. It's a really fun thing to do all the eavesdropping and everything. So like the process, I don't know what the process is of that. That'd be interesting.
I don't know, and I could honestly be remembering it wrong. I got that from like Hidden Xperia, the channel, but I could be remembering it wrong. I don't fucking know.
Have you ever remembered anything right?
No.
Why should you?
It's not my responsibility.
It's so tough trying to think of new memories.
It's hard.
I already have so many.
It's hard out here for a beach.
Dude. It fucking is. It fucking is hard for a bitch.
Yeah.
It's so tough.
V tough.
Party up.
V-Bucks.
V-Bucks? We talk about V-Bucks.
Could I interest you in a small one-time loan of some V-Bucks?
Absolutely. $19 Fortnite card.
V-Bucks is Fortnite, right?
Yeah, V-Bucks is. Okay. Robux is Roblox. Yeah, Robux and the Roblox, which is apparently also a big thing.
Yeah, amongst the kids. I have another story.
Yeah, you can just keep going. Yeah, like
I have another story.
Yeah. You came locked and loaded today.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
And there's another story after this one.
I got some, but like we haven't had to do the like, all right, let's start looking for some.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if you got them, like, roll tide.
So, the other day, I was doing housework, working about the home, And I was upstairs. And I had headphones in. And Womp was being a little bit of a little shithead, a little ass Hewll.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hewll.
I locked him outside of the door in which I was.
You closed the Meow Mansion door.
I did indeed. And I said, it's not time.
Stomp the Womp. If he tries to break
My son.
Does he try to break in through the door?
Very briefly. He does a little a little rattle at the prison door, and then he goes, oh, fine. I'll conserve my energy to attack later.
That sounds nice.
Unlike your son.
My son will... The door is closed. The Meow Mansion door is open.
Yeah.
It is 3 or 4 in the morning. And he goes, Father, I want to play with the hole.
Relatable content.
Trust me, brother. I also want to play with the hole at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But I don't rattle the fucking door and like make it sound like you're going to just like because he'll just do it. It's like he fucking likes the noise.
He probably does.
And I hate him for it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck. The amount of times that I've had to just like... You ever wake up in the middle of the night?
No.
Yeah. Fair.
Sometimes I don't wake up in the morning.
God bless. I'll get so fucking mad sometimes when I'm just like, I'm so tired. I've been so exhausted. And I'm like, I'm sitting there and my first thought is, he's out of fucking food. But I'm like, can he just leave me alone?
Right.
And I can feed him in a few hours. I've learned that it's like, if I don't, he will keep going, and then I will start fucking...
It'll make things worse.
I'll start yelling because I'm like that angry, which,
Yeah.
My sister would not enjoy. But I'm like, I also would not enjoy waking up at 4 a.m. when she's yelling at him.
That's
because
why she moved.
Good. I would move to Oklahoma.
Yelling.
That's why
she moved.
That's why I dropped Lulu off there. I didn't want to hear her breathing. I can still hear it faintly.
The whispers. And they do whisper.
I had to. Irritants.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a devilish idea.
Okay.
I don't know how we're gonna do this, but just to throw something into the ether. A spelling bee.
Oh, that'd be fun.
When was the last time you did a spelling bee?
For real?
I did one in like middle school in California.
I think the last one I did was in grade school, and I was doing so good, and then they gave me the word extinct, and I know how to spell the word extinct. It's not that hard, but my mouth wasn't listening to my brain, and I started to say I instead of E, which of course extinct does not start with an I. Mm-hmm. What a foolish endeavor.
ICKSTINCKTE. Instinct.
Instinct. So I was like, so I literally was like, E, X, and they literally, and I said, I got the whole word out, and they sat there for a second, and they literally were like, one moment, and they like got off mic, and they were like, whisper, this stupid little bitch almost said I. Mm-hmm. Let's fucking get him. Let's make an example out of this little prick. Mm-hmm. And then they did the little buzzer.
They did a little...
Hey, Stinky! They did that.
And then you had to walk off, and it was like...
It really was. And they were like, please move to the back of the stage.
Did you try to... Did you protest?
No.
It was just...
No off-topic questions.
Yeah. There was no recourse.
You were like, can I have another try? And they're like, that is not... Like, we could give you country of origin.
They were like, how about you sit down, flop and failure? You don't know how to spell extinct. How about you sit down? That's what they said to me.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I forget what word fucked me up.
But then that same year, a little bit later, we did a Halloween fall celebration, and we did musical chairs, and I won. Oh, and you know what I won?
What'd you win?
I got to go up to a little table full of baked goods, and I got to pick my pick of the litter, and I picked a tray of brownies that had a little icing bat shaped on top of them.
Work.
And I ate one that had a little piece of the wing, and I said, this icing is disgusting. And I scraped the bat off and then ate the rest of the brownies in one sitting.
Which is what you should do.
Yeah.
Frosting is bad.
It is bad. It doesn't belong on brownies. First and foreskin.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
On brownies?
That's what I'm saying. They don't need it. It's not a cake. It's a fucking brownie.
You could put a candle in the brownie too. You celebrate your birthday over a brownie.
Extinct.
INT. Extinct.
Oh, I was working upstairs, rattling at the cage, but then he left because he was like, "I'll save my strength for later and punish you."
I'll be back.
And I was like, "Okay." So I'm doing work, and I've got headphones on, and I'm bopping. I'm doing a little dance. I'm having a good time. I'm doing what needs done. Then I was like, "Oh shit, I have to go downstairs for." I don't remember what it was. I had to go downstairs for something. I open the door. Wampus is being weird, which is not weird because he is weird, especially when he's been locked out of a situation for a while. Then he's like, he forgets like how to be a person.
He does that like when we come out of the recording.
Yep.
He's just gone. He typically won't fuck with us.
Yeah, he doesn't know like how to be for a while, and he has to settle back into reality.
I understand your cat.
You understand.
I understand your cat.
Because like the paradigm shifted and he didn't get a say in it, and so he needs some time to come back.
He's on the wrong rotation.
Yes.
He's not on the same lunch period.
He needs a little bit to come back to me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I give him time and space for that.
I love that.
That said,
You give him the room for him to heal.
but he's being weird, and maybe a touch weirder than normal. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I trot downstairs. You've been in my kitchen.
Once.
There's a light fixture above the sink.
It's there.
Hangs down, 6 lights in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I trot on down the stairs. There's water pouring out of the light fixture. Spraying out of it, in fact. And my brain, thinking brain, sees that and immediately jumps to, oh my God, the light fixture sprung a leak.
Well, yeah.
I have to like tighten something. Oh God, how could that have happened?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm on board.
Yeah.
It is funny.
And so I literally silly, run into the kitchen. I'm like about to like reach up for it, and I'm like,
now water's not supposed to come out.
Wait a minute. Who are you? Water doesn't come out of a light fixture. It's not hooked up to water.
You're not supposed to do that.
And so then I'm like,
it's not allowed.
It's not allowed. And I'm like,
me when there's damage. Me with the fucking branch. It's not a branch, by the way.
It's a limb.
Yeah.
It looks like it in that picture.
It's too big.
Yeah.
So I'm...
Would you like to borrow a small chainsaw?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. That would be perfect. I was going to use my jigsaw.
Don't do that.
You understand?
I understand. I've been there.
Patrick was like, take a picture of it and send it to me, and I'll let you know if, like... Because there's some places that'll take if it's a certain type of tree. And he goes, oh, no, not your tree.
Oh, not that.
And I'm like, cool. He was the one who had... he had those comments the other day.
So I'm like, oh, it's spilling water. And then my brain goes the extra jump of, how is water pouring out of this thing? So then I was like,
wait, was your first thought not, oh fuck, this is my fault?
No, it was just, how is this happening?
Okay, we're very different.
Yeah. Oh, we got there. Oh, have no fear. I got to that point.
Oh no, I have fear.
But I was like, what? And also what?
Something's wrong.
Where is the water coming from? So then I was like, what's above my kitchen?
Your bathroom.
My bathroom. So I was like, uh-oh.
Because you were in your gym or your workout room.
So I bop on up to my bedroom.
Because you wouldn't... I see. I understand your pathing here.
I bop on up to my bedroom. And I look in that bathroom.
Yeah.
You know how there's like it's got one of those like just room for toilet. The entire floor of that little room.
Of that little bathroom?
Yeah. Wet. Not wet. Water. Puddles of water. Water running out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just water.
He clogged the toilet somehow?
No.
Oh.
It's just... So, like, what ended up happening was a fixture broke within the toilet.
Mm.
And so then pressurized water is now shooting out of the toilet and all over that room. And it proceeded to then flood the floor and then run to the edge of the floor and go down into the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Which is good for your ceiling because it's going to hold it.
Yeah. And then started to pool in the gap between, like the floor and the ceiling.
The taint of the house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just so happens, thank God, honestly, that the low point of the ceiling was the light fixture. So then the water, all that was pooling in the ceiling, ran into the light fixture.
Which probably had like hollow holes.
Yes, which has hollow tubes down it.
Because why would there be water going through electrical light fixtures?
Of course. And proceeded to then shoot the water down so that it now is spraying out of like the screw mounts at the bottom because the water is now under pressure.
It's now like you have two different problems. Yes. And like, how much time has passed?
I didn't know. I was like, I don't remember when I was last in the bedroom.
Like, there's almost like you almost can't be urgent. Like, you almost have to lose all sense of urgency because you just have to understand what the fuck's happening.
Like, I just need to know what to do. I mean, like, my brain was on it enough that I was like, okay, immediately just shut off the water. That's step one. Like, before we can put the Band-Aid, we need to stop the bleeding. So it was like, turn the water off. And then it was like, okay, now what the fuck do I do? There's so much water everywhere. Mm-hmm. In the bathroom. So yeah, that's basically the end of the story because I like sopped it up and everything, and now everything's fine.
So it wasn't Womp.
No, it was not him. It was just a fixture.
But he didn't say anything.
He didn't say. He saw something.
Do you think that's why he rattled that door?
No, because that was before the breakage. He may have also been rattling it.
He
going, Father, like, it's flooding.
Father, please. He's floating away on a little piece of, like, I don't know, some fucking sander where he's like, the door's not big enough.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a stressful experience.
It was. I mean, I caught it fast enough that, like, it didn't damage the ceiling. Because, like...
Oh, that was my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Because everything looked fine when I was there.
Yeah, because it can handle that for a while. And luckily, like, I was here at home. It didn't happen, like, when I was away for something, and then it would have done that for like 2 whole days, and I would have come home to a cave-in ceiling. Nothing like that. So it worked out fine. But yeah, that was a wild time. Was like, you're like in the moment, your brain trying to wrap around the concept of water shooting out of an electrical fixture. Things don't quite add up in your brain.
Yeah, like you need the time to process it.
And like water like pouring over the light bulbs, trying to fill up one of them because clearly like it wasn't like, closed enough. It's like,
oh, that just gave me like I didn't like that.
It's
like,
unsettling.
Yeah. Oh.
It's very unsettling.
I don't know. Yeah, you guys can't see it, but I got the goose flesh.
I got the goose flesh. Yeah. So it was an interesting time. It's like the ship's going down.
That's some good shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I guess I didn't think about the shutting the water off. I forgot about that actually. Mm-hmm. So side note, anyone, if you're you're doing that, go behind the toilet or under the sink
and turn.
There's like a little knob. You just, if you can turn it, you turn it.
Turn it to the right. But also they often get like calcified and shit, so you might not want to turn.
Maybe worth testing if you have a second, just make sure. Kind of like how you know what a great investment is? A shitty plunger in every bathroom.
Yes.
Because nothing's worse than you need a plunger and it's not in that bathroom. And also, learning how to plunge a toilet.
Good to know.
Very good skill.
Good to know.
Very good skill. And it's one of those where you kind of have to like, it may not seem like it's working. You just have to know that like, I got one of the ones that has like an accordion thing. So it's like, I'm just going to go. Sometimes you can do it and suddenly it'll get out. And then there's sometimes where you're just like, I did it a whole bunch. Nothing's happened. I'm just going to flush it.
Yep.
And then what you're doing is you're just like, do I need to go get towels? Because I'm not going to be a pussy and get towels beforehand.
No.
Because it wasn't flooding.
Yeah.
Oh, but I want that turd right on the rim. I want that edgeless pool.
Oh yeah.
The infinity.
Uh-huh.
The infinity tank.
Infinity toilet.
Go to the edge of the tank.
Before you reach for the top, try the edge.
That was good. That was really good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you said something funny yesterday.
I was about to say. I was like, we should have mentioned it when we were talking about Baldur's Gate.
What had you said? I wrote it down. I think I DM'd it to you, right?
Yeah.
So I don't even remember what the context was.
I ended up, without going like too far down the rabbit hole, I ended up in a room and like did like a perception check happen, and it was like, oh, there's a rocky crevice. And I walked up to it and I clicked it, and my character said, I'm much too big to fit in there. Something I'm used to saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
a big hog.
Right. My enormous dongo.
They do call you, and like your street name is Boss Hog.
Of course.
Of the Hype Hogs.
And so my brain goes, I can shapeshift. If I'm too big, maybe I should just become smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Mask of the Shapeshifter, yes. Deluxe edition, worth buying.
So I shapeshifted into a gnome.
No, Gnome.
And then I clicked on that rocky crevice and I slipped right through, clean as a whistle. Popped out on the other side.
There was a pop.
There was a pop. And then when discussing it afterwards, I said, I have shrunk more than some of you will ever grow.
Yes. Exactly. It was so good. Jordan and Josh not really understanding.
Not feeling the bit.
I've stopped caring in group settings. I'm like, I don't care if everyone's getting the bit.
It's not for everyone.
No. If they want to know, they can ask.
Yeah.
But like, some things are for me.
Yeah.
I make every joke for you, and you'll never know.
Yeah.
But I have shrank. I have shrank more than you will ever grow. Which is like, yeah, that sounds like some shit Tony Soprano would say. Sopranos. You. Trying to think of what I've been up to lately for fun things. I've been watching this show, and there's only one aspect of it that upsets me, and that it's the fun part that I care about is not being explored. And it upsets me.
Okay.
Would you like to hear about it? With minimal detail?
I'd love to hear.
Mm-hmm. It's called Tokyo Revengers. Okay. Time travel like gang shit show. Okay. The hot dragon boy that you were like, I don't understand. And I'm like, I don't care if you understand. He's hot, and I want him. Dragon, my boy.
Yeah.
He can go back in time. 12 years. It's a nice little time. All good. Why can't he go back in time? I'm at the end of season 2. I'm ready for season 3. I'm all caught up. Oh. And we have no explanation as to how he can time travel.
How he does such a thing.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why I'm mad is because I immediately had a theory. Immediately.
A game theory.
A game theory. Well, actually.
Thanks for watching.
Well, okay. So this is less about like the content of the show and more of, I recall, I think like last year or earlier this year, I watched Summertime Rendering, which was available on Hulu, which is really, really good if you're interested in mysteries, like murder mystery shit, where he could, like, he's reliving the same weekend. So every time he dies, he wakes back up, like at the same point, but then like time's cutting out. And I remember when we were watching that, like Denny had made a comment about like, oh, kind of like Tokyo Revengers or whatever. And I was like, huh. So now that I've started watching the show, completely unrelated, like it's the crybaby captain, where he's the toughest guy. That's it. Yeah. He just cries. I love him. Takemichi's he's my boy. And I relate. He's doing good. It's got good morals. Like the good, like the story beats that they do, really good shit. But I feel like I kind of, like I immediately was like, oh, I wonder if like it's all connected and like, you know, it's a grandfather paradox of sorts where like the thing that like incited it is what, like the incident that causes it is the result of the original cause. You know, it's kind of like that kind of thing. And I'm like, get to that.
Right.
Get to that now.
You wanted to place the dig deeper card.
Yes.
On the script.
Yes. And I'm like, deeper.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've realized recently that I consume media differently than other people.
Okay.
In particular, I remember talking to my sister about the Barbie movie. I was like, oh, what did you think of it? She was like, yeah, I liked it. Like, there was some fun. So, like, it was fun, like, seeing all the Kens and, like, it was cool, like, when Barbie did some of these things. And I was like, it threw me off that people talk about the movie like they just talk about the things that happened in the movie. Mm-hmm. That's so bizarre to me.
Right, not the deeper implications.
Yeah. Like, I don't care what happened. Like, I understand that, like, they did this thing. Like, do you know, like, I'm over here, like...
The repercussions.
I'm over here crying because of, like, the impact on these deep connections, like, the strands of the society... Of the hidden social contracts we all have to abide to, and, like, understanding that everybody has their own agency and, like, ulterior motives, and not even, like, ulterior, like, in a menacing way, but rather, like, a lot of projection and, like, recognizing that. And I'm like, oh, it's so good. Like, I watched Elemental, which is a really cute, I think it's Pixar, with all the elements, and it's about kind of like immigration and when are immigrants in particular. And, like, I was like, oh man, I like clocked the dad right away, because I'm like, oh, like, he's clearly, like, projecting, like, he's trying to hold on to something, like, like, and maybe that just comes with age. But then, like, I was like, oh man, Mims, I'm like, it's crazy, because, like, he's not actually that mad. And I was like, Mims was sitting there looking at me like, what are you talking about? He seemed pretty mad when he just said the thing. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, you don't see it? You don't see that he's not actually mad? Like, that it's...
You don't taste that?
Like, you can tell that he's not actually mad at her, but it's like an angry reaction. Like, I'm like, you don't see that. What do you mean? What are you watching? She's like, the movie?
The film?
That part. This part. Yeah. And I just... It was not a bad thing. It was just very interesting, where I was like, oh, it's just kind of... Not like a just me thing, but like, oh, that would explain it. Okay. Because, like, it throws me off when it's like, oh yeah, what part about the movie did you like? And I'm like, oh, well, I liked this part that made me think about these things and, like, how cool it was. And they're like, when did that happen? I'm like, I can't... If you want me to tell you, that's why I can't do a summary.
Right.
I don't fucking remember. I was too busy, like, enjoying it. But the Spider-Man movies are good.
Okay.
The Spider-Verse, cracked it. That one I also cracked, which is this meta movie. Because Miles Morales is the multiverse experiencing itself. Okay. That's my big brain theory. Okay. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have any greater points on it. I'm just
vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been watching shit.
Yeah.
And I've been solving mysteries.
Yeah.
I remember why I brought up Tokyo Revengers. Aside from all of that, I keep forgetting. There's all these characters that look, it's anime, so, like, clearly they look a lot older. JoJo's real bad about it. 17-year-olds that look fucking shredded.
Yeah.
I will forget that all of this gang shit that's happening in, like, I don't know, early 2000s Japan. These kids are all these guys are 12, 13, maybe 14.
Right.
At the oldest.
Yeah.
And they're, like, violent, doing all this shit. I'm just like, that is a 12-year-old. Yeah. And I'm like, good, because 12-year-olds, fourth graders, the worst.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think fourth grade. I think it's like peak worst. Maybe sixth grade.
It's an evil age.
Or seventh grade.
I think fourth grade. I think there's a couple.
Fourth, seventh.
There's a couple hurdles in child development, and fourth grade is one of them. And I agree. I think seventh is another.
A lot of junior years.
Yeah.
Where you're at, like, you're not the peak. Because if you're at the top of the food chain, you're getting ready to go. It doesn't, like, as a senior, like, I stopped caring as much.
Yeah, they don't.
It's like, I want to go home.
Seniors don't cause problems. Sophomores do.
Ooh, word. So, that's a good point. It is the sophomore. Yeah. It's the bratty sophomore. Yeah. Because I was thinking juniors, because, like, oh no, but it's like, no. Juniors got out of the bratty sophomore phase and just are like, dude, no one cares.
Sophomore is a dark time. I think those are some of the watershed moments. Fourth grade, seventh grade, ninth grade,
maybe.
Nope.
Oh,
10th grade. Sorry. Yeah.
What were you doing in fourth, seventh, and 10th grade?
In fourth grade, I was miserable.
Oh, really? A little depression?
I was at a school that I did not like, surrounded by people that I did not appreciate.
I love that for you.
And I just felt out of place and uncomfortable and unhappy. And I also went briefly through a phase in 4th grade where I wore nothing but orange, famously. I've spoken of it before.
The flame.
Yeah, that was 4th grade.
Okay.
My teacher, that was the worst teacher I've ever had.
Oh.
Ever.
Really?
Ever.
The worst.
Mostly because it's still at that age where you have that teacher all day, every day. There's no escape.
Yeah.
You know?
They teach all of them.
You have them.
You
have them all year long, every day, all day. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Miss Allen can go fuck herself.
Good. She should.
And I'll say her name.
And I hope she doesn't enjoy it.
Yeah. I hope it's very unpleasant. She was not a good person.
I hope it's dissatisfying.
There you go. That'll do.
Okay, because I don't want, like, unpleasant sounds like, I don't want, like, ill will.
I have a little bit.
Minor inconvenience.
I don't want to, like, harbor ill will for her forever, but she could use a little.
Minor to regular inconvenience.
For a solid year of her life, I would like every sock that she puts on for the little elastic band to snap, so it slides down into her shoe as she's walking.
You're an evil man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just for a year.
Fuck, man, that's kind of hot.
She fucked me up for a year, so I'm going to fuck her up for a year in the most minor way possible.
Huh.
It's my revenge arc.
Yeah, that's your Tokyo revenge?
This is my Tokyo revenge in my Kokoro heart space.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of this fucking season 2 of Tokyo Revengers, he's like, I'm coming back, because he's like, I'm not...
For revenge?
Yeah, he goes, I'm coming back, and this is my final revenge. And then it goes, like, the final, like, the biggest and final battle of Tomon.
Bomb.
Right, exactly. We're given the Black Dragons. I don't know.
Okay.
A whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. But he does go, like, I'm going to get my final revenge. And I'm like, he's getting revenge. Revengy.
In Tokyo.
Yeah, that's right. Well, every time he's trying to save this girl that he knew, a middle school ex-girlfriend. But every time that he's done it, no matter what he does, she dies.
Oh.
Which has started to beg the question.
Are you killing her?
Well, it's like, oh, why did he suddenly break up with her? Because the only other cool part about this that, like, adds to the drama of, like, the tension of the show is that the main character, when he, like, life flash before his eyes, dies, gets saved by his buddy, yada yada. Him and his girlfriend's brother can shake hands, and he can go back 12 years to the day.
Okay.
And then he can shake hands with the younger version of him and go back.
Okay.
Because originally, in the original timeline, he died with his sister. So, like, because he saved him in his, like, in the past memory. That is the information I have. You can tell I'm upset about it because, like, why? There's been nothing in 2 seasons.
Right.
36 episodes. Nothing.
Nothing. Not a thing.
Ayat. Ayat. Is that he's just trying to save her. And it's like, no matter what he does, every time he comes back, she dies somehow. He has met her when she's alive.
Okay.
And then watched one of his friends drive a car into her.
Okay.
And, like, you know, got to see her bisected and talk to her in her final moments. And then he goes back in time and sees her young. Okay. And a lot of, like, how much suffering to save everybody will you go through? You watch everybody die many times to make sure everyone doesn't. It's like, you're such a good boy. He's the crybaby captain. That's what they call him. But the point is that he's in suspended animation whenever he goes back. Okay. So when he does go back to his 12-year-old self, he takes over the personality that he had when he was a 12-year-old delinquent. Okay. So he's no longer his dumbass self. He's his, like, 26-year-old self with the knowledge of...
In 12-year-old body.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like the big thing. Well, it's like, it's not as uncomfortably awkward or anything. Like, it's not like...
it's not played for laughs.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, there's some stuff that's a little funny, but he actually will, like... They don't do the whole, like, fish out of water thing too much.
Right.
The big thing is that whenever he travels, he is suddenly super confused, so, like, people around him won't understand what the fuck's going on. But he's starting to tell people and whatnot, and he's starting to get some allies, and it's like, let's go. It's like, why wouldn't you... Doing all that shit. And he's doing some good shit. But, like, he's living in real time. So when he goes back in time, like he goes back 12 years to the day, and if he's there for a week, he in real time is just
chilling
in suspended animation apparently for like a week. But somehow, no matter what he does, every time he come back, that bitch dies.
Yeah.
Which means who else knows that he can time travel?
Oh.
Because one of his best friends fucking like before he kills himself in the bad time. Well, anytime like, he does major event thing, changes the thing from happening, which sometimes it's like Draken dies on this day. Well, I made it so that we got to midnight onto August 5th. So like he didn't die on the 4th, which is like enough to change the timelines. And it's like, oh, things are a lot better. Things are a lot worse, but like there's still, you're not saving everybody kind of vibe. And I just want to know, I want to know if the enemy, who is clearly the enemy, we talked about it, this Kiseki guy, and I'm like, what does he know? And where is the injection point on the time loop? And for a show with that is like the concept.
Right, the premise.
He does not do it often. And like, I would much rather prefer him just stay 12. Like, I think the ultimate answer is he needs to just be 26 in his 12-year-old body and never come back.
Just live that way.
Correct.
Okay.
Which I believe is kind of where he's at now at the end of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like,
amidst the final revenge.
Correct. Yes. Which is smart because a big thing of like, what can I do to make a change? And it's like, just the fact that you're there is the change. Yeah, and like you need to like do all that kind of stuff.
Be the change you want to see in the
world. Kinda, yeah. But like in a really sweet way, because he does sit there and like thinks that he can do nothing, and like he's a guy who doesn't know how to fight or anything. And I remember like all he does, his fighting is basically just, I'm not finished yet. Like he's not beating your ass,
right?
But he's gonna win the fight.
Okay,
that kind of energy. Yeah, like he is going to. You are going to beat him until he dies, but he'll keep getting back up. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Okay. Although there is one part where he does get a dog turd in his head, and it helps prevent like the entire gang from splitting from the two dudes, because they see him with the duty on his head and then they just laugh because he does this whole impassioned speech about he's like, I don't want the gang to get split up. Like, can you, Mikey and Draken, can you guys just be friends again, please? And they're like, yeah, no problem. By the way, you've had a dog turd in your hair this whole time because he fell in the trash. And he's just like, what? And they brought it up in season 2, and I was very happy about it.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about it. But that's what I've been doing, like basically binge watching it the last week.
Yeah.
So that's it. And then I played old school RuneScape until I ran out of stamina.
That'll get you.
Do you know how many times I've walked around Lumbridge? I'm so tired. And then it's like, I got to go to Varrock. And I went down the wrong path, and I'm like, I don't have 10 minutes to get to Varrock.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things. Yeah. But not very structured. I do have one last thing, or not like last thing, but like the only other thing of like actual substance that's like a little emotional, if I may. I remembered when I was going through some stuff looking for little things, and been slowly I'm starting to go through some of those boxes that you've been carrying around since you moved out, and like you've never displayed any of it. I should just throw it away. Because it would actually take all the stress away. Yeah. In one of those is this little chest that I've had, a little like container thing, and I have a CD on there that's got like a little bald guy on it with a little guitar. Okay. And words. Give me a second. My brain's like, how do I want to tell this? I had this like. So it's a friend who's no longer with us that is singing on it. And I realized that like I don't have a CD player, not in my car, not on my computer, not on my laptop or anything. And I was like, oh, shit, my Xbox could. Yeah. So I was able to put it onto my Xbox, and I got to like play the music and hear him again. And oh baby, that was a really nice time. And I plan on like listening and finishing it, and as well as like I want to get it onto like a computer so that I can have those files. But like I've been working through a lot of stuff lately, and he was actually his name was Scott, and he was my mom's fiance at the time's college roommate.
Okay.
Who like he was just a cool dude.
Yeah.
He lived in our casita, which like work. He had beat his first round of cancer, and so he was like bald vegan guy, played his guitar, just a really cool dude, and had like a really like cool impact on me. And it was like unfortunate to have him pass and whatnot, and like I ended up calling my sister, and I was like, yeah, like I found like Scott's CD, and I was like listening to it, and she goes, yeah. She's like, I don't really remember him. And I'm like, she's 4 years younger than me, and I tend to like forget how much of a difference.
Yeah.
So there's that part of me that's like, you can't validate my experience. God damn it. Why can't you? But it was really, really nice. And one of those moments, I don't know if you ever have these kind of moments where you find something, like finding that little mouse, for example, where like, it's not so much that like there's a lot of sentimentality in the specific item, but like that time and like giving yourself that cool little like perspective of just like, man, I had no idea, but like he was just so nice and like so kind and like, so silly, whatever. And I'm like, I think he's real cool. I miss him. If I get the music, I don't know. Like I tried like searching to see if I could find any information on him. I cannot, because like I think he passed in like 2007. Yeah, like internet was not
popping yet.
It wasn't at the same level. So like I think his CD is like self-produced CD sort of thing. So like I was like, oh shit, okay. So I can't find any of it online. And like my bigger fear is that like, can I like post it though? Like just to like have it?
I would think so.
But yeah, I just can't. Oh yeah, I guess there wouldn't be a problem. There's no like copyright issues. I don't think.
Probably not. One way to find out.
Oh yeah, I guess if there is, that'd be a great way to like
a good
like,
jumping off point.
I could go fucking talk to his sister. That'd be nice. She got burnt like a lobster once. Oh. She fell asleep at the beach for 14 hours.
That'll do it.
She was very red.
That will do it.
Yeah, no, it was just really nice to like hear somebody that you haven't heard like, or, you can't really. It was one of those things where it like dawned on me listening to it that I'm like, oh shit, like the CD still works. Even though it's scratched. I'm like, I don't know if anyone else in his family, like who else has CDs. Like, when was the last time his voice was played on this planet? Right. Which is just like a very weird, surreal, human feeling. Yeah. It was cool.
That's cool.
I can't really understand what he's singing about though, because it's like acoustic. And like, I'm like, Scott, can you enunciate a little bit more? I got audio processing issues, man. There's a delay.
Yeah, sometimes the mix isn't where it needs to be.
But it was real nice. So I got to have that kind of moment yesterday, and one of those like good cry vibes, which is also very fun. Yeah, I'm like, oh well, like this is just really nice. Like, how pleasant. I'm like cleaning up my house, and I finished my puzzle.
Nice. When
you leave the parts of the puzzle that are all like one color ish, and you're like, I don't want to do the sky.
Yeah.
And then you leave it for last, and you go, I don't have to finish the puzzle.
Taylor starts there, and I think because of that she's like, this way I'll have to finish it. You start with the bad, end on a high note. Oh. Yeah. See, she never like starts with the edges.
Oh, see, I do the edge first.
So do I. Well, I haven't done a puzzle in forever, but when I did. She
been out of the game.
Right. She famously does not start with the edges.
Well, she's a puzzle queen.
She's very good at puzzles.
Is she a size queen when it comes to the puzzles?
She likes a big puzzle, but she also likes a small puzzle. She's more particular about the imagery. Yeah. And the difficulty level. She likes a challenge.
Has she done any solid color ones?
Yes. I bought her one for Quimmins.
Oh, was it hard? Like that's like I don't like that stresses me out.
She liked it enough to buy another one, so.
Work. My therapist, who I talked to recently, which just feels like I tell her, the thing you told me last time, here's a billion other things I did. And she goes, okay.
She says, okay, yeah.
She goes, okay, gotta find something I can give you. And I'm like, I just need something. Just one more, just top me up
just
real quick.
Just one more hit.
That's basically it. It's a $200 hit. But she was like, you should write things down that are like, I like it when blank, whatever. And I was like, okay.
I like it when I bend my dick to my ass.
I wish I wrote something that simple when I decided to write something down. I decided to describe in awkward scientific terms that I enjoy getting to talk to people.
Okay.
But like I like the fact that I can sometimes have a conversation, but also like, and I can enjoy participating in it, but also enjoy just the fact that like I'm getting to have a conversation. Like I like the conversation and thinking about the conversation all at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I tried to write that out, and it's just like this. I feel like this is going against the spirit of what she wanted. Okay. And so then I had to think, what is something I do like? What do I do like? And the first thing I wrote that was more, intelligible. I like it when I pick up a puzzle piece and you look at it and you just go, I have an idea of where this goes. And you just look at the puzzle. Your eye immediately goes to the section where it's at, and you just, the first place you try, you perfect fit. Like you don't have to move it. You don't have to do any of that. You just, it's like in a split second. You just go,
soft quick technology.
Yeah. Best, like, ooh, that's a good feeling. Getting on a streak too. Ooh. I've been fucking with puzzles lately.
I love that for you.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's very surprising. Yeah. Well, not very. You understand? Like not taking the time to do that activity because I've been like, I want to play games. I miss playing games. And it's like, I wish that my chair was a little more comfy. Yeah, but I was like, it's nice though. Yeah. I just need like a little like something for my tush, or I need like a foot hammock. It was
a long uphill battle for me to find a chair that I liked.
Because you have like an ergonomic one, right?
I do, but it's like an ergonomic gaming chair. Because like I tried several mini gaming chairs because it was like, oh yeah, these are meant to like be sat in for a long time. I was like, okay, makes sense, cool. Didn't care for any single one of them until the one that I finally found. I was like, this is it. This is the one.
Oh, see, I was thinking about actually, eventually, in the grand scheme of life, if I were to get another chair, like I would get a comfortable chair to like do the work and stuff in. Because I think that my chair is nice to stream in. It's not fun to relax in. And like for me, I'm like, ooh, this would definitely be something that like, I would use like while I'm streaming, while I'm live, like making that sort of content. But then like anytime I'm on the back end, I'm in the comfy chair. Right. If I got to get parked. And I think that's, I miss having two chairs.
Okay.
Because Tyler used to have that. And now I got no chair. Well, I got stools. I got tons of stools. But who wants to sit at the computer on a stool?
Not me. Not me.
Couldn't be me.
Do you remember sitting at a stool in like 7th grade science class?
And spinning?
If they were a spinning one, if you were lucky. In high school, they didn't spin. Remember?
Oh, well, you had to rotate. You had to
be the spin.
Yeah,
you had to be the spin you wanted to see in the world.
You could do it.
Yeah.
And
but the lack of back support.
Laura would get upset.
The way in which my spine was making, questionable shapes because of just poor posture.
Scoliosis.
Oh. Yeah.
Scully, I hardly know her.
Jefferson, I hardly know her, son.
That's good.
That's a Carrie original.
Oh.
I was shocked when he said that.
Really? It's a good one.
I never would have expected that from him, and then I was like, that changed things.
Feels like a fluke.
Could be.
Is Carrie funny?
Yeah.
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 He's funny. I don't think he's a funny guy.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
He's not a funny haha.
He's not a clown.
No.
No.
He's not honk honk my clown nose.
No. He's all shoe, no honk.
That part. Yeah.
He's like, check out my new reefs.
He comes in like, hot from the background. It's like, damn, Carrie.
What's up?
That was good.
Hot from the background?
Yeah.
Oh, like just like it's a quip.
Things are happening. And then all of a sudden
a voice pierces through the veil.
Through the veil from the backyard. And it's like,
we're talking about Guilty Gear? We're talking about the backyard.
We've never not talked about the backyard.
Oh, bitch. We're talking about the backyard. That's where that man is. We're taking the cells of justice and we're going into the backyard. Because technically, we're the backyard to Guilty Gear in our reality.
Okay.
But then in Guilty Gear, there's a place further in called the backyard.
Okay.
Well, because after like the event where like that there's something from the backyard that tried to get into the world of Guilty Gear and caused all of the electronics to suddenly freak the fuck out for about an hour.
Y2K.
Worse than that.
There's nothing worse than that.
Well, then we got Magic.
Okay.
And they have Magic cell phones and shit, which is cool. I know so much sporadic information about Guilty Gear, and I do not understand how you're supposed to play the game. I think it's a fighting game.
I've never heard of it. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Don't know.
Bridget was real pop. I like Bridget. Bridget's cool.
I don't know what that is.
She does yo-yo shit, which is cool. And I think they canonically made her trans in the most recent one, which is dope because they've always kind of hinted at it without ever committing.
Yes.
Because of translation kind of shit. Yeah. I know. It's like a fighter game.
Oh, okay.
So, like Soul Bad Guy is... there's a lot of heavy metal music references as well. So, like, Soul Bad Guy is based off of Freddie Mercury. Okay. Kai Kiske or Kai Kisk. I don't know. You don't know any of these names. I don't know if any of them... Terry from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But different.
Okay. But I want him same. I want him as he is.
Okay.
I want him to whip that hat off and smack me with that ponytail.
I like playing as Terry in Fall Guys.
I don't like when you play as Terry in Fall Guys.
the nasty muscles.
I don't like that.
Good. I mean, I don't like it. You know, it feels wrong, but that's the intent.
Yeah. You love that for you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, actually. A little bit. Yeah. I don't have anything. Okay.
I have one more thing to say.
Yeah, what do you got?
And it might be a bit of a long walk, but I need you to walk me there.
Okay.
I need you to hold my hand. I need you to walk with me on this journey as I take you from point A to B to
Look,
C.
I will walk with you on any route that you want to go on. Okay.
Not on this podcast. So, okay, so
my seething rage
I
emanates. Do you feel the menacing aura in the studio today?
I feel Tasha's hideous laughter.
But I'm a twisted fucking psychopath.
I'm EP. Normal's the setting on a dryer. I've been trying to consume less caffeine.
Oh, work.
Okay. So, I've been not drinking caffeine, except for occasionally.
That's kind of gay.
I know, right? Yeah.
Derogatory.
Tea. Tea.
No, you can't.
No,
that's got the caffeine.
No piping hot tea for me.
Kafwan.
So, like, and over the course of the last, like, probably like month or so, like, it's been very sparing. Like, I've had one on a couple episodes of this. It was like the one that I had. And then
I've noticed.
Yeah. And in general, sometimes I'm just like, I don't want caffeine in my life anymore. And then I usually fall back on the wagon at some point. But I'm back on my bullshit where I'm like, I'm done with caffeine for a while. I'm a cold showers. I dance naked in the cold shower.
They had a deal on 12 packs of Dr. Pepper for once. Okay. So I got 5 for $17.
Love that.
That's why I did it. Is because I'm like
a deal, a bargain.
Only if you're getting a good deal will I ever buy a 12 pack.
Yeah.
Like if it ever costs, if you're only saving $2, I'd rather get shot in the head than left for dead. So because like that's a lot. But I'm like, oh, these are great. And I'm like, oh god, I already started. I'm like, yeah, I'm like just drinking them, and I'm like, they don't even feel good. And I'm like, this is. I mean, like, where's my water?
Yeah.
Which, not gonna lie, doing numbers for me personally.
When water hits, it hits.
Fuck, water hits so good. Anyway, continue.
So,
EP.
As part of my efforts to mostly abstain from caffeine, I was like, okay, well then, like, I still like blue raspberry flavored things, but I want to try to find something. I've talked about this before, but I was like, I want to try to find something that doesn't have caffeine, but that it gives me, good, just a pinch between my cheek and gum gives me good blue raspberry flavor. So I bought everything that Fry's had that was blue.
Like as more of like a taste, like you decided to like actually invest in the science, like you decided to do an experiment.
Yes, I got one of many things, each of whom purported to be blue raspberry, We're talking Powerade's. We're talking
Okay.
Prime, not the caffeinated ones.
Mm-hmm. Which the caffeinated one is not good for the blue.
To be fair, neither is the non-caffeinated one.
Wouldn't.
That wasn't blue raspberry.
No.
Just saying.
You should. The bomb pop one's the good one.
I have them downstairs.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
Having it in the middle of the Tough Mudder, it was transcendent.
I don't think they taste... Okay. Perhaps a controversial opinion. I think they taste good. I do like it. I don't think it tastes anything like a bomb pop.
No.
Which is why I really don't understand why it's marketed as such, because I'm like, you have a good flavor. Just say what it is. Like, this doesn't taste anything like a bomb pop, though.
What would you describe the flavor as?
Like a cherry limeade.
You think Logan Paul knows that?
I don't know who he is.
The Paul brothers.
I'm not in organized religion.
He was on.
I don't do palms.
Yes. Oh yeah. The Palms.
We don't do that.
Palms 2311.
Yeah.
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 Book.
Tea. So I tried everything.
Day.
Everything Bath and Body Works has.
Every coupon.
I tried them. I tried all the little squirt it into your water,
The Mio,
mix it into your water,
yeah.
everything.
The mixing stuff is not.
Everything. It wasn't doing it for me. And I was like, okay, well, I'm
the
just...
ice plus caffeine was.
It is. Nothing tastes like it. And that's fine.
Nothing fucks like Gaston.
Nothing fucks like this shit, dude. God.
Just inject the icy cold blue in
Sparkling
my face.
ice blue raspberry bends me over and gives it to me good. And I just miss it. And I don't want the caffeine. I just
How much
want
caffeine
the
is in it?
flavor. Like 1.5 times what would be per fluid ounce in a conventional soda. It's not even high in caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is I like the flavor so much that I would drink like 4 in a day.
Yeah.
And honestly, at that point, the caffeine wasn't even really the problem. It was just, maybe you shouldn't drink 4 12-ounce sodas in a day. Slut. That's what it said to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, fine. But, so in my adventures, trying to like find some sort of suitable replacement, because like when water hits, it hits. But when you don't want water, it's like someone's poisoning you.
It's the mouthfeel.
Yes.
And like, it's the unfortunate truth of like, you want to know how you want the water to taste good? Go brush your teeth. But like, who wants to? You just had something delicious.
Right. And I just like, sometimes you just don't want water.
The mental gymnastics I do in the morning when it's like, I gotta have my energy. I could brush my teeth right now. I'm like, but I'm about to have my energy drink as part of my routine. And then I go, and then years go by.
Yeah.
But I do it every day.
Yeah. Yeah. You shake hands with the energy drink, and you wake up 12-year-old you.
Yeah.
And then you live all the way back through it.
The problem is that if
Before
I go
you
back
decide.
12 years ago, I'm 18.
Right.
So like, no, like I have no resources
Mood.
and I have no abilities.
Yes.
I'm actually worse off than if I was actually 12
Yeah.
or 14 at the time. That would have been
Because
better.
no support system at 18.
Correct. Yeah, at 18, I was in
Adrift.
the dorms. I wasn't even in the dorms.
Okay.
I was in a hotel at first.
That's right.
And then Shavkat didn't even know if I existed.
That's right.
He tried to put his shit on my side. I'm like, there's stuff in my room. Well, you're not here. Do I have to be?
Well,
Yeah.
finders keepers.
But I'm so tired. It's so hot.
Yeah.
And the band camp sucked.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So there's no
alternative.
So I'm trying to find like alternatives for. I'm like, I just want something
At least
other
some alt-rock.
other than water.
Some chord progression, something.
That part. I just want I need someone.
I need an EP that hit.
I need someone to take me there. And sometimes I'm just left standing at the bus station, and no one's taking me anywhere.
Sometimes you just want a sippy of something.
Yeah.
And you don't want it too heavy. And you can never find it. It's like, I want half a sip of a chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Just enough for the sweet, but none of the heavy.
So that gets us to checkpoint A of the walk that you and I are going on.
Uh-huh.
So we're now going into checkpoint B.
Oh.
So
Multi-check.
So this is the struggle that I've been living with for days now. I'm suffering. 72 hours? How do I live? I've been fighting every hour of these 72 hours. I'm fighting for my fucking life here.
Every time.
I don't want it. I'm that kid who's like on MasterChef Junior who's crying, flipping the pancake.
But it's
That's
you.
me.
It's you filling up your water.
Filling up my fucking water. So, people in my life and people not in my life, adjacent to my life.
Jason's there?
No. They tell me.
People tell you.
People tell me. They say, hey, fellas, you like good juicy pussy? No, they say,
Oh, word.
They tell me, they go, maybe what you need to do is instead, you know, like try to make like sparkling water and things like that where it's like basically just water. Because I'm like, I don't really like sparkling water. They're like, well, maybe you just need to make it more like fun. Maybe you need to make it into an experience.
Did you get Buble?
Maybe you need to get a soda stream.
Oh. Okay.
Multiple people have said this to me. They're like, maybe you should try a soda stream.
You know, you should talk to your doctor. A soda stream might be a good fit for you.
It could be a good fit for me. Is a Honda Fit a good fit for you? I would have climbed that guy like a tree. Anyway.
Tony with the big arms or with the two eyes?
Well, both of them. Well,
Oh.
no. Tony with the two eyes. No.
Tony with the big arms.
Yeah. But soda stream.
Mm-hmm.
People are clamoring for it.
They won't stop asking.
The masses are telling me soda stream, soda stream, soda stream. And like to the point where one person is like, maybe you should try a soda stream. Another person from like 9 miles away goes, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, a soda stream. It changed everything. Oh my God. I don't even use the canisters anymore. My parents were able to set up an actual like big form like CO2 tank. So I don't have to go get it refilled all the time. Oh my God. Changed everything.
Was that Taylor?
No.
Was it Brandon?
No. It was someone who's very not in my life. Friend of a friend, we'll put it that way.
Because that sounded like Taylor.
Right.
Talk about parents. I don't care what your parents do.
Do I look? So I was like, okay, fine. Bullies, fine. Stop yelling at me. I'll buy a soda stream.
I hope you come.
I hope you fucking come. So I bought a soda stream.
Soda stream?
Soda stream.
Mm-hmm. Stream soda.
Sodas. Stream.
I'm assuming this is just like an at-home,
Yes.
like fountain machine.
Push the
soda
button.
fountain.
Yep.
Okay.
Carbonates the water.
Oh.
And
So
then-
it's a water carbonator.
Yes. It creates sparkling water, and then you put various flavors in it to make your own sodas, make your own like bubbly fruit
You
drinks.
could like
red
add the
wine.
syrup, like
Yes.
do it the way that like that's like you're not buying pre-made soda.
Exactly. You're making your own soda.
They make the soda on site.
And it's on site. The people who like SodaStream, they don't want you to know. They need you to know. SodaStream people
LaCroix.
they're worse than vegans. Where they need you to know that they like SodaStream.
Mm.
And I decided to dance with the devil in
Are
the
they
pale
like bidet
moonlight.
bitches?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. But so dancing like a devil in the pale moonlight.
With a SodaStream.
A soda stream is there. It's the red dress on tonight, dancing in the pale moonlight with the chicken,
I'm
but
the
it's your
chicken.
soda stream.
Yes.
And it's in a dress.
And it has the pearls.
And you're the moon.
And I am the moon, and I'm looking down at it.
I'm the night.
I get the soda stream. And I'd like to preface this by saying we're gonna go back to checkpoint 0.5.
Mm-hmm. We're on checkpoint B.
Right, we're gonna go back to 0.5. That's
Okay.
half of an A.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
0.5.
okay. I didn't get the itinerary. But
I had a soda stream in about 2012
Mm-hmm.
when like they were back. Like the soda streams are back, baby. Because
Okay.
like they started in like the 80s or something or the 60s. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, I have a retro version in my head.
Yeah, they're old.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then like in like 2012 or maybe it was 2008, they were just like, soda streams are back.
I'm going to say it's 2012 because in 2008 we were in high school.
What's your point?
You did not buy a SodaStream in high school.
Did you know me?
Did you buy one in high school?
I would have.
Okay, but you didn't.
But I would. It could be. I don't know what year it was.
I already went back 12 years and figured out. I already prevented you from getting it in high school.
You were 18, though. I got it before that because we were in college when you were 18 because we're in the younger part of the year. That's the sound a SodaStream makes.
So you're telling me that in between that small little gap of when I was 17,
yes,
that summer,
yeah,
that hot, wet American summer, you were hot and wet from the SodaStream.
Famously.
I've never heard of it.
Famously.
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 Famously. You know what? Okay. Let me make a phone call.
Famously.
Let me find out. I don't know how Brandon's gonna answer the phone.
You should be calling Taylor.
Yeah.
Brandon and I weren't close at the end of high school.
Hey, apparently you and Rick weren't close at the end of high school, so I gotta ask Taylor this one. Yeah. Is Taylor there? Okay. All right, thanks. He's just like, yup. Okay, could you hear him?
Yes.
Okay. So then where's Taylor? I want. You said 2012 or 2008?
2012.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that you're saying that, because Taylor was around, so it must have been 2012 because I wasn't friends with her in 2008.
Only 2 years?
Uh-oh.
People notice. She's listening to Shape of You.
Oof.
Brandon picked up. You know what? I want Brandon to know he's all right.
Okay. The kids are all right.
You know what I mean? Like I
understand.
That's the first time I've talked to him on the phone in like 2 months.
Yeah.
And it was
to say, never mind.
I'll ask your wife.
It was like, is your wife present?
No. Is Taylor home? Can Taylor play?
Can Champ pick up the phone? Famously. SodaStream.
Allegedly.
And back then I tried it and I was like, I don't think this is for me. Now fast forward. I'm 30.
12 years in the future.
I'm 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I've decided, you know what? Fine. The bullies win today. And I'm going to get a SodaStream. And I got one. And you know what? It fucking sucks. They fucking suck.
It's like Keurig.
They're not. It's not. It doesn't taste. It's not. It doesn't taste as good as just a fucking can of soda. And they're like, it's fresher. I'm like, it's dog shit. Your hair's dusted. You're not that cute. It's not for me.
You got shit all up your leg.
That part, and up and down.
And that's not the nastiest thing on this stage tonight. Cool.
And I knew before I bought it that I wasn't going to like it. And I bought it anyway. And I'm like, this sucks.
I hate when I do that.
I knew better. I literally had experience from years ago, but I was like, maybe it's different. It's been 18 years. It's been 12 years.
You do change, and like technology changes, and you're like, you know what? You get yourself worked up again. You're like, why did I write it off? It's convincing yourself to get Little Caesars again, and then you get it a third time in a week.
And it was too much.
It's too much.
It was, especially with only 2 bowel movements a week. I mean, come on. Hello. I was like, people can't be this ravenous about it and be all wrong. Turns out, yes, they are.
Yeah, they are.
I'm like, oh, so you like flat, syrupy, nasty soda.
Well, you're doing it wrong.
But I did it right.
My opinion is that these people also feel like they wasted their fucking money.
And they're trying to hurt others.
Well, they can't afford to not finish the stuff.
Hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not good. And if you like a SodaStream, that's great. Would you like another one? Because I want rid of mine. It sucks. It sucks.
It just sounds frustrating.
And they're like, just add more. Just keep adding more. I'm like, no.
You tried that?
Yes.
It just makes it more syrupy.
It's just not it. It doesn't hold the carbonation as long. You get like one crisp like sip. And then it's like, oh, this isn't an industrial strength carbonation machine. Got it.
I think
it tastes like something I made at home.
Cool.
Cool.
Because you can only do so much. Like, it's there for people. Like, it feels more like a craft item.
I love it for the people who love it. It's not for me.
You don't microbrew your soda?
No.
But you know what? Respect to those who do.
Good for them, but I want that mass-produced good. And the biggest failing of all of it was that it was like, that didn't even solve the original problem.
Of no caffeine. It had nothing to do with caffeine.
It was an adjacent solution to not the problem I had.
It was, I'm keeping my mission statement in mind.
Yeah.
But I should try avenues if I can.
It was like, oh, you're having a problem in your life that has to do with soda. This is a solution to some soda problem.
So, duh.
This was very like, you have a very specific question and you post it. You don't post it, but you find someone who asked the exact question that you had to the Microsoft support forums. And the person who answers that question says, I understand that you're having problems.
Have you submitted a
with
ticket?
that particular program? Have you tried just updating Windows and restarting?
Do you have any other advice after that?
Have you tried that?
Yes.
You might want to call support. We're open Monday through Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
We take a lunch at 10:30.
We do, and we're going to be out of the office next week, actually.
You know what that gives me the energy of?
I'd love to know.
Post-lockdown, me in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
When I went...
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you
remember.
just took away the ability to log into my account on the website. What the fuck do you mean? I feel like I could have had a lawsuit.
You could have. Class action.
It's too... Well, I guess it's not too late now, but I don't care
Statute.
enough. But if I get ever approached for 38 cents of the payout, I'll take it.
I'll be there.
I'm sorry to hear about your soda stream, though.
So none of my problems have been solved. And I finally had this moment when I was sitting there staring at like the half-filled bottles of like SodaStream carbonated water. And I just looked at it for a second and I was like, I just need to drink water.
Yeah.
I just need to get over it and drink water. Yes.
Maybe you just, should have one of those ice plus caffeines, but tell yourself like not having one after 2, so that like the lasting effects of the caffeine,
right.
And maybe at some other point in some order of operations that works for you, you could also just try to like do your best to limit it to like no more than 2. Like, why go 0 to 100 when you could go 0 to 25 and then 25 to 50? Right. Like, just how about instead of having 4 in one day, you just tell yourself, I can only have 3.
Right. I mean, for a while there, I was giving myself like, you can just have 1. You may each have 1.
That's too restrictive.
It was fine though. But then it was just like, I've realized that like, I like how things taste. And sometimes I wish I didn't.
Me too.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not talking about the same thing.
No.
No, we're not.
No.
Sometimes I wish you didn't like the things you enjoyed.
You can just say it.
I won't.
You can say it.
I don't want to.
You're mad.
I am.
You're mad.
Yeah, because
I eat ass. And you're mad about it.
damn, you got all that cake still on that plate back there. How come no one eating that, Odie? I'm just jealous. That's probably what it is.
Okay.
But good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's a displaced anger.
Okay.
I have real anger.
Okay.
But I can't express it here.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Did you see that they added things to the thing that we can't talk about?
Mm-hmm. I've seen additions.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We can talk about it later.
Yeah.
Talk about it off stream.
We'll take it offline.
Or we can talk offline.
We'll take it offline.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take it offline.
Well, I want to do like I have no more jokes about it, but like my brain's like there's a way to sign off with it. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have one right now.
I don't know. Too EP.
Ooh, I do have an idea.
Okay.
That we may or may not be able to do for this episode. So I'm going to write it down because we don't got to discuss it.
Okay.
Because if we talk about it publicly, then we won't do it.
Okay.
Because like then they want it.
Then they're asking for it.
I don't want to know if they want it. I want them to accept the slop they're given.
Right. Clamoring for it. Hungry.
Yeah. Okay. You got anything? That's it. That's all I got.
No, I'm good. I'm
We're
done.
shying of 2 hours.
I've been done. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to ride.
Me too. Destiny was fun.
Yes.
Yeah. We played Destiny for a bit, and it was a lot of fun actually. So I haven't played this week. Have you? Since Tuesday.
I played on Monday.
Okay. You haven't played the new week story.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot they do that every week.
Tuesday. Ugh. Cringe.
Kind of sad. Yeah.
IOT. AIAT. IOT.
I oughta get out of here.
Anyway, do you think Jesus did have like a piss kink?
Okay.
Or
Well,